So Ethereum Berlin upgrade is set for sometime today, possibly tomorrow. We'll check that in a minute, but what is it and why does it matter? Let's find out. I would like to thank the sponsor for today's video, CD Key Offers. They have codes here for video games, software, antiviruses, you name it, they pretty much got it. Here we're looking at Microsoft Windows 10 Pro OEM. Now to purchase this, you simply just hit buy now. If you want a more discount, you hit discount code BID20, apply, and you will get another $4 off of this, USD, $16 now. So you're getting Windows 10 Pro for $16. You'll submit your order, use whatever payment process you want, and pay now. Once you get your product key, simply hit next. And it'll ask you, you'll get the best thing, activate, and we're activated this copy of Windows. It is now active, so there you go. Okay, so you may have heard the rumors. Ethereum Berlin fork is set for, this says April 14th. We'll take a look of when the actual date is in a minute. This is the first update since Instable 15 months ago. So according to this, devs do confirm it at block height 12,244,000. We're just going to punch that into here. So 12,244,000. Hit enter and upgrade it a bit. So it looks like it is set for April 15th. Today is April 14th at 1:55. So that's probably 1:55 a.m. So sometime while you're sleeping. Now it was just like 5 minutes after midnight when I checked it like 10 minutes ago, and yesterday I checked and it was sometime in the afternoon. So this is constantly changing. It all depends how fast the blocks actually do get mined. So as of right now, this very second, it will be about 1:55 a.m. Mountain Standard Time is when this fork will actually take place. So what exactly is the Berlin fork? Let's just find out. So the update comes at a time when the price of Ethereum ETH is relatively stable, hovering around the 2,000 mark. That is USD. I'm from Canada, so it always kind of mixes up with me, but most people do go by the USD price. Over the past weeks, the amount of staked ETH reached over $6 billion. So that's insane. I'm going to have a look at that in a minute and see exactly what that looks like for Ethereum 2.0, because as you know, the more you stake, the less you're actual returning per year on your stake. Anyway, so traffic, congestion, and gas, DeFi's, decentralized finance, DeFi, and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, have been on everyone's mind and in everyone's wallets for the better part of the year. This was great for all projects building on the ERC20 and ERC710 standard. However, users found themselves battered by jaw dropping fees and sluggish transaction times. Now, for users, that is horrible. For miners like us and everything, that is good. You have great profits when the gas fees are high, obviously. So the Ethereum network needed to rise to the needs of the growing user base, enter the Berlin upgrade. So we know we talked about 1559 and everything in the past. So now Berlin is actually going to help with those gas fees as well. So we could see some of them gas fees actually drop in this, but let's just find out exactly what they mean here. So Berlin seeks to provide answers to increased fees and complex transaction processes through this Ethereum Improved Protocol, or EIP. Gas prices were high due to the double-edged swords of Ethereum's increasing price point and the ever-growing demand for assets on the network. In late February, transaction fees reached almost $40, which was an all-time high, yet rates even half the amount are burdensome for developers and those seeking to perform small-scale transactions. As you know, you're trying to send Ethereum to somebody or whatever, and it just costs way too much. High fees are a two-sided problem. Primarily, it inhibits individuals from transacting on Ethereum. The so-called world computer is useless if no one can afford to use it. Furthermore, it makes building on Ethereum less attractive for new startups. That's why we actually do see a lot of other coins being built on for DeFi and everything, because they're just faster, they're a lot cheaper, and Ethereum's losing actually some of those contracts when they go to do that instead of being built on itself. But so these high fees are an issue that the network needs to solve to maintain its position as the king of altcoins. There you go, king of altcoins. A lot of people will beg to differ that Ethereum is an altcoin, but technically anything other than Bitcoin is an altcoin because everything just follows Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down, everything's going down. If Bitcoin goes up, everything's going to start coming up. Now it depends how widely they're used and known, depending how much of a fluctuation that will go up or down. But the rise in NFTs has made this issue all the more crucial. Traffic and congestion on the Ethereum blockchain are likely to remain an issue until some viable scaling is accomplished. While community members are looking forward to an update that solves these challenges, analysts wonder if Berlin is a long-term solution to wicked problems in the run-up to Ethereum 2.0. So, however, it's uncertain whether to transition over to proof of stake and ETH2. Now, this is stuff that a lot of these bloggers, they gotta get stuff straight here. This is gonna cause a lot of confusion. Now, they're saying to move over to proof of stake and ETH2. Now, these are the same thing. They're just calling ETH2 the proof of stake ordeal. Now people are thinking actually that ETH2 is a whole new Ethereum coin and how are they going to transfer into ETH2 and all this. You're going to be 100% safe. Ethereum is Ethereum. It's just going to transition over to how it's minted, which is a proof of stake system. So proof of stake in Ethereum 2 is the exact same thing, just different wording. And some of these write-ups, like this blog on Yahoo, for example, they're trying to make it look like it's two separate things when in fact it's not. It is the same thing. So proof of stake and ETH2, exact same network, just so you know. But, well, anyway, let's start this over now. However, it's uncertain whether the transition over to proof of stake, ETH 2.0, parentheses, whatever you want to call it, will be worth the wait, which is quite interesting because that's almost like a money marketing scam. The more that's staked, the less rewards you're actually going to get. So this is almost like the rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to get poorer type of ordeal when it comes to ETH 2.0. Now, don't quote me on that. That's just what I have seen. Anyway, meanwhile, other developers like Cardano already have functioning proof-of-stake networks with minimal transaction fees. So what is the Ethereum Berlin upgrade? So here's exactly what's going on in this upgrade. The Berlin upgrade will feature a total of 4 protocols. Each of these aims to conquer some of the perversive challenges in the Ethereum ecosystem. I probably butchered that word. Anyway, some of the protocols to be released in the April upgrade include EIP 2565, which is to reduce the cost of the mod EXP precompile. This will help calculate the gas prices. So they're going to have a new type of calculation going on to how the gas price is determined. EIP 2929, this will increase certain gas costs when used for the first time in a transaction. That's quite interesting how that plays out, because Ethereum devs, they like to word things weirdly, and then when it actually comes out, it does like something totally different. Anyway, EIP 2718 will introduce a new transaction module that will support multiple transactions. So they're trying to stack more transactions together, so kind of, I guess, trying to make the pipeline a little bigger, I suppose, so you can fit more transactions in without pumping that gas up, which is kind of interesting. As I said, this will actually have an increase here for certain gas costs, and then here they're trying to open up that pipeline. Again, things that are contradicting each other a little bit. Anyway, moving on. EIP 2930 will transaction type with optimal access list. This particular EIP will alleviate some of the newly imposed gas prices from EIP 2929. So this is kind of to counter this one here. So they put an EIP right here, and then they put in another one that's going to fix the previous EIP. Kind of like what we see what's going on here in their dev call with 1559 that's set in July or so. They said they need an EIP that would help 1559 or the gas fees just go crazy. They actually denied that EIP. I cannot remember the name of it. But then later on, they actually said they are running into huge problems with 1559. Don't know if it's still on track to be released in July, if they're going to have to wait on it and fix it. And if they do that, that'll just leads to the continuation of Ethereum 2.0 being delayed. So a whole bunch of things fall down track. But right now, it does sound like they're having problems with 1559 because they got rid of a previous EIP, which is kind of like this type of thing. EIP 1559 is supposed to reduce all that stuff and burn the fees to the miners, but at the same time they needed an EIP to fix it. How this is kind of playing out here. So they made this that could increase, and then they made this to fix that increase. So who knows how this is going to play out. I hope I didn't lose anybody there. So in here it does say node operators were told that they need to upgrade to Berlin compatible nodes by April 7th. So as miners or users, you don't have to worry about any of this. I have an email this morning from crypto.com, which I use for all my mining and all that they will be down for 2 hours an hour before and an hour after the Berlin upgrade is supposed to come in. So trading could be down across multiple platforms during a little time frame. It's hard to say how that's actually going to play out, but I just got an email from crypto.com anyway stating that NiceHash released something, but I never look at NiceHash anymore. But anyway, on April 7th, the risk operating on outdated network. Fortunately, the regular user-based wallets and users will not have to take any action to ensure that they are a part of Berlin. So as a user, like say, you do not have to do anything. Platforms such as Ethernodes keep track of exchanges who have announced that they have made the upgrade to Berlin, though they have provided no information. So that kind of counterproductive there. The Berlin upgrade is a step towards the Ethereum Foundation Ethereum 2.0 metamorphosis, with its main new component being a complete change to the new way. On the way the network processes transaction fees, so they're changing the way the fees are. We went over that. Instead of having the fees sent to the miners, the fee will be sent to the network and be burned. So they're talking about 1559 here, not actually this going on here. They're just trying to move it. They're just going through the steps of the transaction. This is not Berlin here. Instead of having the fee sent to the miners, the fee will be sent to the network and burned. In turn, this will reduce the supply of Ether, which remains a controversy among the community in general and the miners specifically. And as we know, 1559 and all that, that's what they kind of talk about here. 50% reduction in your mining due to the gas that's being burnt. That's so up in the air. No one knows what's going on. Miners are still supposed to get the block reward, which we know is 2. And a small tip. The small tip has not been known yet. Is it a percentage of the gas that's burned? Is it a percentage whatever? Now, a lot of users do think that this is going to dramatically drop gas fees when it's not. And that Des even said fees could be even higher. And I think it's a lot higher than they anticipated because they're running into those testnet 1559 problems right now, which means they have to put in this other EIP to help drop that. So a lot of stuff going on in the back end. I haven't looked into it for a while, but who knows what's going on with 1559 right now. But yeah, all this stuff here, just don't really worry about. Berlin is set, like I said. Where are we at here? Let's do an update again. So now it looks like it's 54 minutes past midnight. So like I said, it's constantly changing depending how fast the blocks are mined. So pretty much Ethereum Berlin all in one is they are mixing around the transaction fees. It's going to be switched a little bit, so we could see a reduction in gas. We might see an increase. Who knows how all these are going to really play together until it's finally released. But it is set in the next day or less. So who knows? It's about to drop. So by tomorrow, it probably will be dropped. If not any sooner, maybe sometime late tonight. So that is the Ethereum Berlin upgrade. I tried looking at the Ethereum 2.0 staking and couldn't really find how much was staked in there and what the rewards are at now because they totally changed their website around. So I'll have to look into that and figure it out later. We have hit the 5,000 subscriber mark. So this Sunday on our live stream, we will be having a GPU Risers giveaway. So get ready for that. I just want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Rabid out.